Man, let me talk to y'all about a situation that I just found out about. It's all about who you know. Ain't that crazy? It's just like, life is just not fair, because how many of y'all get that feeling that y'all work hard, do this, do that, be a good Samaritan in life, do stuff the right way, and it just don't work because you weren't cool with her or you weren't cool with him. So they got the job, or they friends got the job, and you didn't get the job because you didn't know them like that. Ain't that crazy? Because it's just like, I just wonder how y'all feel on this situation, because it's just like everything that you worked for, everything that you strived for, and it just didn't work because you didn't know nobody. And that's just how life works. It's just like, no matter what you do, how hard you work, or how much you study, or whatever, it just don't matter because you don't know this person, or they got plugged to this job or plugged to this situation. And it's just crazy because it's just like, it's enough to just hurt your spirit, because that's what you thought you was programmed to do, like work hard and stuff. It's just like, you're gonna get it because you worked hard for it. But sometimes it's just like, it's not going the way you want to go because you don't know nobody in this field. And that's just how life is. I'm just being real. Sometimes it don't matter what you do. If you don't know nobody, it ain't gonna work. Because it's just like, I was listening to a situation where people was auditioning for a movie and stuff like that. And it was just like, a lot of famous rappers was out there and they was auditioning to the movie and situations like that. So the guy was talking about it. He was saying the rappers didn't get the job, but he talking about, but let me just keep it real with y'all. It's really about who you know. Well, he said the person I knew that got me the job, he knew the person that was shooting the movie, and he just walked me right on in. I didn't know how to act that good, none of that stuff. I had to learn. He said, but if I didn't know that person, I would never got the role. And it's just like, is that fair? Life ain't fair. Just like with job situations. You might know an uncle or auntie that could get you in at their job. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, that's how it works. And it's crazy because how do we survive and stuff like that? That's not fair. It's just like, you gotta learn how to play the game. You gotta figure a way. You gotta take matters into your own hands. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm just being real with you. I'm just saving you this because I'm learning this now, and this stuff I should have been learned in my earlier ages. It's just like, I feel like I should have just made a way. I thought stuff was fair and square, but it really wasn't. So it's just like, now I'm starting to realize and open my eyes to this. I just got to take matters into my own hands. And ain't nothing wrong with taking matters into your own hands, because sometimes you got to do it. What I'm trying to tell y'all is, don't be afraid to do it. To take matters into your own hands, because that's how I go. I'm just keeping it real with y'all. I could be on here lying to y'all, but I'm keeping it real. So give me my respect. So, and it's just like, it's a tough situation. And I know y'all gonna feel like, wow, all this work for nothing. Everything you worked hard for. And you realize it's just all some bull crap. And it's just crazy because you thought this is how it works because you don't know the ins and outs, because you're not behind the scenes. Like, I think all that matters about you meeting people and getting a good relationship with people and stuff will go easy, because it's just like, it's hard. But the only way you can get a relationship with people is that you make a way for yourself. You see, sometimes that's how friendships establish too. When you make a name for yourself or make a way for yourself, and people want to be cool with you. But sometimes it may not be genuine. You know how that go. Like, people only be dealing with you for like biz and stuff, because people only want to do stuff that's convenient for them. And it's crazy. That's how the world works. But it's just like, when is everything gonna be fair and square? It's like, I don't trust nothing to be fair and square no more. I'm starting to think stuff is just rigged all the time. So I don't know if I'm tripping or do I got a point, but it just seems like the more and more I get older, I just feel like that junk just rigged. And I need to maybe change my mindset, but it's just like, or maybe it's not rigged, but I just be having mixed emotions about stuff because I don't know what to believe but in real life, it's always been about who you know. That's how you can get stuff done. And it's just crazy, ain't it? That's just how life be set up. Because just like situations about like when DMX was rapping, because I was watching behind the music of DMX, he was talking about he was rapping for 13 years or whatever. Didn't get signed. If I'm not mistaken, let me know if I'm mistaken or not. Rapping for 13 years. He was like, what, they not noticing the talent? He been battling for 13 years. It took for Irv Gotti to get a job at Def Jam, to get him a record deal or get him looked at. If he never knew Irv Gotti, he would have never been signed. Like, that's just crazy to me. Like he said, he been putting in work, going to battles, back and forth, battling Jay-Z, anybody. It just didn't matter. Because he didn't know nobody. But he really did. But the person had to get a job somewhere at Def Jam for him to get a record deal. And the crazy part is that, who did he know to get the job at Def Jam? You see what I'm saying? It's all about who you know. And that's crazy about situations like that. It's like, will you ever get ahead, or are you just working for nothing? And then the people who know people, they don't even got to do as much work because they know people. But that's all right. They taking a shortcut. And you just got to realize how life works. Everything is evolved around money and marketing. So it's just like, if you figure out how to market yourself and money, everybody going to want to know you. All the attention is going to come to you. So you ain't got to worry about networking with people. People going to want to network with you because you know how to generate stuff. You got money coming in. You took matters into your own hands. Now you got leverage. And that's how you want it. Because at the end of the day, you just got to find a way. And once you find a way, you're going to be better off. But once you find your way and you take matters into your own hands and know how to network, so we got to start changing ourselves in our situations, because that's the only way I feel like we can make a change or be different. Because when you don't know nobody, you got to make a way. And all that stuff is just based off opinion. Once you make your own way, everybody gonna want to be cool with you, but you just got to learn. It ain't genuine. It's just for business. So once you get the leverage, and that's okay. Now you in control. Didn't you want to be in control? Or you wanted somebody to tell you what you can and can't do? That's my take on that, man. You got to make your own way. Because if you don't, that's how stuff works. It's about who you know. If you don't know nobody, you got to make your own way and take matters into your own hands. Now, sometimes you making your own way is getting you a crowd on your own. Not that you going somewhere hoping somebody approve you based on their opinion. Because that's crazy. So I can't make it to the next level because a certain way you feel about me, or you don't feel like I'm ready. I'm going to prove to you that I'm ready. I don't need your approval. That's how you got to come into the situation. Like, I showed you what I could do. I ain't had to tell you. I showed you. And once you get that mindset, it's going to be better off. But that's the messed up part. It's about who you know. And it's been like that for many years in this life. So I'm telling the younger generation that, so they won't make the same mistakes. If you don't know nobody, take matters into your own hands. Figure it out. Then once you figure it out, and you're going to have some obstacles in your life that you're going to figure that life ain't fair. Life is not fair. But it is what it is. You still got to live it. And I know this person doing half the work you doing, and you doing more, but in reality, it's going to show. Because good quality of work always rises to the top no matter what you do. If you got somebody that's half doing it, and they really not focusing on putting the work and quality and the material or whatever they do, it's going to show. Because that who you know is going to run out. Because they only good for the time being. Because if they don't focus on their quality, you could know 1,000 people in the world. But the consumer still got to, like it. If they don't like it, it's going to show. If you got good quality content, people going to go back to it and pick it up and listen to it years later. So just focus on taking matters into your own hands and being great. That's what you need to focus on. Because I had to learn that same take myself, or whatever I do in life, movies, music, or whatever. I had to just take my time and do my albums on streaming platforms or whatever. Skip any means on streaming platforms. You can find it, but that's here nor there. But I'm just telling y'all about the situations. Figure it out, because you is not going to be happy with life when you start realizing stuff is not fair. And that's just how I go. And you just got to learn how to play the game. And I'm just being real with you, because I had to learn how to play the game. Because if y'all watching this video, that means y'all want to learn and be better, because I'm trying to give y'all some valuable information about what y'all can gain from this video. I want to keep it real with y'all. You feel me? And that's just how I go, bro. And you gonna realize, man, there's some bull crap over here, there's some bull crap over there, but they knew somebody. So I don't want y'all to feel like y'all being cheated, which y'all is, but just figure out another way. That's all I'm saying. And a lot of people's careers didn't take off because, or whatever they wanted to do, because they didn't know nobody. But they didn't figure out how to make a way on their own. And see, think about it. The people who figured out how to make a way on their own, their career is bigger than anybody that knew somebody. You see how that go? So you always need to be figuring out and find a research of what you need to do, because it's just crazy out here. And that's just my take on the situation. I had to figure it out, and I'm figuring it out now. It's like I'm getting older, but it don't even matter, because once I figure it out and I took matters into my own hands and I figured it out, it don't even matter how much time I lost, because I'm gonna win big. And I wish I had that same mentality when I was younger, but I didn't have the confidence to do this and do that, because I was always worried about what people think about me, or how this gonna be. Once you start worried about that, and people gonna always give their opinion of what you doing, and half of the time, no, majority of the time, they don't even know what the hell they talking about. So you can't listen to them. And once you learn that, and learn how to take matters into your own hands, you're gonna be better off. But then once you start taking matters into your own hands, you start figuring out the way to do stuff and how stuff works. Even if you do it on the street and it's word of mouth, it ain't gotta be always online. Sometimes you could be connected even not online. You see what I'm saying? But you can figure out how online works too, because a lot of people get on this internet and just think of them on the internet, they everywhere. No, you gotta figure out how it works. How this internet works, how to strategize, what people are looking for. But you gotta do research. And once you do all that, and they can gravitate towards you, you taking matters into your own hands. And that's just like my take on the situation. I think everybody needs to hear this, no matter how old they are. And I'm the first one to break it to you, and I'm sad to break it to you. It's all about who you know. And pay attention. Be careful. Make the right choices. Because if you make the wrong choices, it could cost you your time. And time is what? The most important currency in this world that we can't get back. That's the only thing I think that they accurate with is time. Everything else can be programmed into you. How it's supposed to go. Tradition. We gonna waste time worrying about tradition because it's about who you know. So that's the bullcrap that they tell you. And in reality, it's who you know. And if you don't know nobody, you ain't gonna get fired. So that's why a lot of people's careers don't take off, because they don't know nobody. But the main thing it don't take off, they ain't learn how to take matters into their own hands because they didn't know nobody. See where I'm going with this? And once you start getting attention and making a way, everybody gonna wanna know you. Even if the love real or fake, everybody gonna want to know you then, because you drawing attention to yourself. You learning how to generate wealth and money, so everybody want to be your friend now. But then once you lose it, they don't want to be your friend. So you gotta learn how to bounce back and maneuver and take matters into your own hands. And once you learn that, it don't even matter. It's game time. And that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Because that's what I had to do. I had to. But that's just how I feel about that take on the situation. It's just that we got to get better and improve and just stop taking everything to heart, because life ain't fair. I can say this a gazillion times just to implant this in y'all head. That's just how I go. But we got to learn how to deal with it. You see what I'm saying? Once you learn how to deal with it and maneuver, you'll start taking life for what it is and stop letting it get you down. And some people look at, well, I don't want to know nobody because I ain't about to butt kiss this person or butt kiss that person or whatever. It is what it is. And I feel you on that. So, if you don't want to do that or you feel like it's that, I mean, you shouldn't have to go through all that. Let's take matters into our own hands. That's all I'm saying. And let people want to be your friend. But you can't look at stuff like it's a negative light, because I used to look at stuff like that. It's a limit when stuff is considered what I mentioned earlier. You know, but you ain't got to do all that. Like, let's just be real. Let's be both adults here, you know? And that's just how I go. And so hopefully this video, you guys enjoyed this. I'm trying not to cuss, man. I be wanting to cuss, but I'm trying not to. Because I know how YouTube is. They probably strict on cussing. So that's why I'm just trying to keep it clean and just talk regular. But I still want to be able to relate to you guys and just talk regular. And that's just my take on the situation. Hopefully things will change in the future, but I don't think it is, because it's just stuck on about who you know. And it is what it is. If you don't know nobody, that's bad for you. And that's how I go. And some people just be fortunate to know somebody. That's just how it happens. But you can't control your life when you don't know nobody. You make it work by taking matters into your own hands and just being you. Once you be you, people gonna gravitate towards you because you're just you. You know how that go? Just try it and see. Because you one of a kind, and you know you is. You just gotta put it to use, man. And stop wasting time.